Hello, welcome back to my reading channel. This is my third time filming this video. Technically my fourth, but my third time completely filming this video. I'm exhausted. The first time I ran out of storage, the second time my head was completely out of frame, didn't know it, did the dishes for 30 minutes, came back to edit the video, found out, and here we are. I'm exhausted. Didn't pull back out all of the books. I pulled back out some of the books, but I did not pull back out all of the books, and yeah, I'm just gonna try and do this. I'm sitting sideways in a recliner because at this point my chronic pain is getting to me. Handy dandy notebook. Let's just talk about what I read in July. The first thing that I read in July is A Psalm for the Wild-Built. I gave it 5 stars. It's a very, very excellent, thought-provoking book about a human who's going on a journey of self-discovery because they want to hear crickets, but it's set in such a far future where crickets are extinct. It's a really good book. I got really emotional with it. There's robots. The robots play a very big part of it, but I don't want to give away too much. It's a really good book. I really enjoyed it. I gave it 5 stars. Next, I read issues 1 through 10 of Red Robin. I have owned every single Red Robin comic since at least 3 years? I've owned every single issue of Red Robin for 3 years. Gosh darn it. Why does my nose always itch when I start filming? If you go back and watch my videos, I itch my nose at least once. And I'm kind of self-conscious about it. Okay, I read issues 1 through 10 of Red Robin. It's my goal to completely read every single comic in that series because I own them all. There's only like 26. I'm gonna read 11 through 20 this month. Okay, moving on. I read Summer Sons. I rave about Summer Sons in every single video that I filmed of this. Because I read it for the first time in July and I loved it. There was a fly. I loved it. I loved Summer Sons so much, but I've raved about it twice, which none of you get to see, and it sucks. I loved Summer Sons. Summer Sons is a book about grief and going through the grieving process of somebody who you consider your other half, and it is emotionally devastating. Somebody that you consider your other half while also falling in love again with somebody else. I don't know how much I want to talk about this. If you haven't seen anything about Summer Sons, it's excellent. It's excellent. I highly recommend it. I thought the basket behind me was the top of somebody's head and I almost... We're filming this in front of a hallway while I'm home alone. I'm not creeped out, you are. Next I read Full Metal Alchemist Volume 4, 5, and 5. It's Full Metal Alchemist. What can I say about that? Somebody out there has made a much better comprehensive video talking about the plot of Full Metal Alchemist. I can't do it, especially not today after I've done this 3 times. Okay, next I read The Fae Keeper. The Fae Keeper is the sequel to The Fae King, and The Fae King was one of the best books I read last year when I was taking a break from YouTube. The Fae King is... The Fae Keeper was a very excellent ending to one of my favorite books of all time. I mean, like, very excellent sequel and ending to one of my favorite books of all time. It did not have the spark for me that The Witch King did. The Witch King, something in it just spoke to me. It was awesome. Then I read Full Metal Alchemist Volume 6. Oh, The Fae Keeper I gave 4.75 stars. Again, a very excellent sequel and ending to a series, but something in it did not have that spark for me that the first one had, but that doesn't mean that I didn't love it a lot. Then I read, again, Full Metal Alchemist Volume 6. Full Metal Alchemist. Full Metal Alchemist. Okay, moving on. Next I read Kaiju Number 8 Volume 2, which is the second volume in a manga series about people fighting monsters and wanting to be part of the best to protect people, and it's pretty interesting. I skim most of the fight scenes because I don't really like fight scenes all that much, but it's good. I like it. Next, I read Full Metal Alchemist Volume 7 and Volume 8, and it was Full Metal Alchemist. Yes. Then I read the first nonfiction book I've ever read since high school, which was Year of the Witch, which is a book about making the Wheel of the Year within the witchness your own. Basically, it was really interesting. I'm sure there's people out there who can talk about that book more in a better way. Next, I read The Bullet Journal Method. Oh, I gave Year of the Witch 4.5 stars. Next, I read The Bullet Journal Method. I've gone on rants about this twice now. I'm gonna try and condense it again. The Bullet Journal Method, the book, it's a good book if you're wanting to learn about the original Bullet Journal Method. But I read it because people who do the original Bullet Journal Method on YouTube talk about how, they talk crap about the art side of the community, which I don't like. If you do the art style bullet journal, then that's fine. It's making you happy. Do it. But people who do the original Bullet Journal Method talk crap about that side of the community, and they say that you have to do it and you have to read the book to understand how to do it. I learned everything from the Bullet Journal Method in that book on YouTube very comprehensively by watching people use it. You don't need to read the book. There was a few things that I found very interesting. One, I liked learning about why the man who made it made it. It was really cool. As somebody who has ADHD, I found it really interesting that it was a tool for people with ADHD and ADD. It was really cool to find that out. I liked his thoughts. There's a few things within the method that I found out that I did not know, but that was 3, or not even 3, it was 2 of these methods that I didn't know when I knew the rest of it from watching YouTube. And so people who were telling me, hey, you have, or people who were telling me and all their followers were saying, hey, you have to read this. No. It was interesting, but no. Also, I'm not sweaty. I have on a crap ton of highlighter. That's all highlighter. Bullet Journal Method, I gave 2 stars, not because it was a bad book, but because my experience with it was not great. And if you know my rating system, then that's not like bad anyways. A 0 is bad for me. 2 is it was interesting, but I'm never gonna reread it and I'm never gonna own it. Okay, next, I know I read Full Metal Alchemist Volume 9. I didn't write it down. Oops. Next, after that, I read Witch Hunt, which is a cozy mystery that I got from the library, and it was pretty darn cute. I gave it a 3 stars. Like I said, I've done this video 3 times now, and I've just kind of lost my steam. Okay, but next, we're gonna talk about what I'm introducing to this channel again. I'm done with monthly reading wrap-ups, and I'm going back to weekly reading wrap-ups because I have Mondays to myself most of the time now, and I'm really interested in that. I loved doing it, but I just kind of fell off of it, and I'm hoping that this will, I don't know, bring me back to the booktube, I guess. I love making videos. It just doesn't happen all the time. I don't even care that I look like crap right now. You're here to hear me talk about books, not focus on the fact that I look like crap. Anyways, and if you do, shame. Shame on you. Okay. Weekly reading wrap-ups from now on. I'm hoping to have them out on Mondays. If not Mondays, Wednesdays or Thursdays, but usually Mondays I have to myself. We're going to talk about what I've been reading. Last week I did not read anything. My period started. I had bad period brain because ADHD plus period brain equals bleh, me. So I started, and I've gotten about 100 or so pages into Bloodline. which is a Star Wars book. I have been in a huge sci-fi kick, so like looking for sci-fi books. That's what I've been doing right now, and so I'm going to hopefully be reading a lot of sci-fi. So first things first, Bloodline is a Star Wars novel. It's about Leia. It's about after the rebellion, before the events of the last trilogy that has come out. I could talk a lot about Star Wars because I've been a Star Wars fan since I was 5. I'm gonna try not to. This is a fun fact about me. I had a little bead that looks like the charm that Anakin gives Padme, and I carried it with me everywhere, and I quoted the line that he says when he gives it to her when I was like 5. And I did that for like a full year. I'm getting a call. Reject, because I don't know who it is. Bloodline is about Leia from before the events of the last trilogy, but after the ending of the original trilogy, and it's about how she doesn't really want to be in the Senate anymore because the Senate isn't doing their job, and she wants to retire because she's tired of it. But then something big happens, and there's a call for action to have a first senator, which is basically like the president, and Leia knows that she doesn't want to see anybody else have all that power, especially from the centrist group, I think is what the opposing group of politicians is called. She's a populist, I think is what it is. I might be getting those backwards, but basically she is going to run for first senator because she doesn't want a centrist to be in that position, because all of them that she has met have been very for the empire, basically, and not exactly. They just want one person to have power, whereas she sees that as a bad thing because she grew up within the rebellion. She literally led the rebellion, and you know, Palpatine was bad, obviously, and her idea is that nobody with all that power can be a good person, and so she is the populist who has the most recognition, and so she has to step up and run, even though what she really wants to do is go and travel the galaxy with Han. And it's a very bittersweet story because, of course, if you know the story, and their love story, it's kind of has this tragic green to it, where all they want to do is be together, but the galaxy is keeping them apart. And yeah, it's good. It's bittersweet. There's been a lot of bittersweet moments between Leia and Han, and yeah, I like it a lot, but it's pretty bittersweet. I'm 112 pages into it. Yes. I'm hoping to finish this today or tomorrow. The plan is today, but with how this is going and how I've basically wasted an hour filming now. Okay, moving on. Next, the plan is to finish that today or tomorrow, and then to read the sequel to Witch Hunt, which is Witch Trial. I'm covering this up because it's from the library, which is why it's so shiny, but it's from the library. There's a barcode right there that can tell you where I'm from. Don't want that. Anyways, this is the sequel to Witch Hunt. Witch Hunt is a story about a woman who runs a crystal shop in a small town. It's not small. They have sustainable, like, shops and stuff in this town. If you're from a real small town, you know that you have a grocery store, you have a Casey's, you have a Dollar General. That's it. And anyways, my country came out there for a second. Anyways, it's about this woman who runs a crystal shop. She finds out she's a witch. There's a cozy mystery. There's an overarching story about finding out she's a witch and what all that entails. I'm reading the second one to find out the story. See how it goes from there. The plan is to read this sometime this week. Also, sometime this week on the list to read is Full Metal Alchemist Volume 11. This is probably my favorite cover of all the omnibuses. So Full Metal Alchemist Volume 11 is the next read in the Full Metal Alchemist read through. I don't know. Volume 11. Then, this weekend, the big plan is to start this massive tome on Saturday, which is To Sleep in a Sea of Stars by Christopher Paolini. Yes. I know basically nothing about this book. I kind of read the blurb, and then I forgot the blurb. I know it's sci-fi, and that is what I'm in the mood for. And I'm really hoping that I like this book because it's out in mass market paperback, and if you know me, I love mass market paperbacks. Mass market paperbacks are my favorite way to own a book. And that has been this video. Hopefully you will see me next Monday. Hopefully I will not be this exhausted because I've filmed twice before and lost it. And yes. Okay. Thank you for watching. See you next week. I hope you read something good this week. I hope that you have an iced coffee or an iced tea. I hope that you keep cool if you're in a hot place. I hope you keep warm if you're in a cool place. Thank you so much for watching.